What can I say about a system that does this? That takes youth out, that takes mothers out, that takes little children out? What can I say about a system that has cops roll up on a 12-year-old boy playing with a toy gun in the park and shoot him down in less than 2 seconds, and then can't decide whether anything has been done wrong? Because it was 11 months ago today that they murdered Tamir Rice. They have impaneled no grand jury. No cops have been taken to court. Because, see, you don't need a damn grand jury. This is one of them things. Some people tell me, like, Carl, don't say stuff like this. Ray Charles could have seen that that was murder. Stevie Wonder can see that that was murder. That was right out there in front of us. And see, if you can't look at that and say a murder was committed, then your goddamn system is no fucking good. It's been around too damn long, and it needs to be gotten rid of in the only way that's really possible, and that's through revolution. That's what I got to say about that. But look, we all have to come together to fight this. I'm a revolutionary. I'm a revolutionary communist. I think that this system is responsible for all the horrors, not just these horrors, but the violence and attacks on women, the attacks on lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people, the attacks on our immigrant sisters and brothers, the wars for empire, the destruction of the planet. And revolution is needed to get rid of all of that. That's what motivates me to fight on this front. And look, I want to fight with everybody who wants to fight. I want everybody to come together. I want the religious forces to come together. I want the students who don't want to live in a world where somebody can be murdered for no reason other than the color of their skin to join this fight. I want the people who are tired of having the police maraud through their communities like occupying armies join this fight. People who are tired of being treated like criminals, guilty until proven innocent, if they can survive to prove their innocence. And these pictures are proof that if you're black, if you're Latino, if you're a native person, it is hard to survive to prove your innocence. We have to build this fight. It is on us. Ain't gonna be nobody coming from Washington, D.C. or the mayor's office or the government's office to do it for us. We gotta build this fight. We gotta rely on ourselves. And we gotta not just come out one day or one weekend, feel good about what we did, and then go back home. No, we gotta rise up not only on October 22nd, not only on October 23rd, not only on October 24th, we gotta rise up October 25th, November, December, because we gotta build a movement that is determined to fight until this horror is no more. And we got different views on what that'll come down to. That's fine. We can discuss our differences, but build this fight together. I want to say one more thing, and that is, which side are you on? That's a message that we have to take all the way through society. Because I will tell you, somebody tells me they're neutral on this, I can see good points on both sides. Okay, let's talk about that. If you were back in slavery, would you say, well, I can see some points on the slave master side. I think those slaves who are rising up, they're going too far. See, now in that situation, it'd be easy to say, bullshit. The slaves should be rising up. They should have rose up earlier because they need to be free. Well, look, it ain't no different today. People are being murdered. It ain't complicated. They're being murdered. And you can't even say, well, I'm not sure, because increasingly we are seeing people being murdered. It's on YouTube. Sometimes it's even on TV. You cannot sit by and watch people be murdered and watch the criminal injustice system exonerate the murderers and then say you can see 2 points on both sides. That's like saying you can see the good points to slavery. So which side are you on? Are you on the side of standing up and acting to stop this shit? Or are you on the other side, the side that says it's okay for it to go down? Nobody should be on that side. Too many people think they're in the middle and they're actually on that side. And we gotta let them know ain't no middle ground here. Ain't no neutrality. In the face of horrific injustice, you either acting to stop it or you're letting it go down. So that's the challenge that we have to put out. We're going to be putting it out here today. We put it out this morning in Times Square. We're going to put it out tomorrow in the Shutdown Rikers Nonviolent Direct Action. And we're going to put it out Saturday in Washington Square Park with the culmination of Rise Up October. But we got to keep putting that out. We got to keep going forward and building this fight until these horrors are no more. Because look, I got an 8-year-old granddaughter. I do not want her generation to be holding rallies, you know, when she grows up about how the police are getting away with murdering people, how women are being subjected to violence and abuse, how our immigrant sisters and brothers are being deported, how the wars for empire. I want that stuff to stop. I don't want to keep on making hashtags and then pass that on to my granddaughter so she can make hashtags. Let's stand up, let's build a fight that can stop this horror once and for all, so that when people talk about it, because now we talk about Emmett Till's murder. We heard about that today. But see, what happened to Emmett Till, lynching by 2 white men, you know, because they say he whistled at a white woman. Well, that's happening today, only instead of the white sheets that they hid behind then, it's blue uniforms and badges. It is still lynching. It is just as wrong, and it's got to stop. Let's stop this so these horrors are really history and not history that echoes and reverberates today in the current day. Thank you, sisters and brothers.
Thank you, Carl Dix.
Nicholas Jr. was 13 years old when he was murdered. And I use the phrase murder because that's what it is when you shoot an innocent, unarmed person who was committing no crime, no threats to an officer. That is considered murder. Whatever they choose to call it and how they choose to justify it, from the last 20 years, the justification that they've been using for these officers that have been murdering our children is, I mean, it's just completely ridiculous. They were only doing their job. They feared for their lives. How can you protect someone that if you're in fear of the people that you're trying to protect? How can you do that? I mean, take a look at that. How can you protect people that you are afraid of? We need to police our own community.
My brother.
We don't need no police in our community.
That's right. That's right. Talk about it, brother. Talk about it.
We have the ability to do that ourselves. We know our children. We know our community.
That's right.
We do not need these strange faces coming into our communities, terrorizing our youth, because that's what they do. When Nicholas came upon this officer, Nicholas dropped a plastic toy gun, which, mind you, was plastic, colorful, didn't look anything close to a real weapon. He dropped it and said, we're only playing, and the officer shot him, killed him anyway. They justified it by saying that the plastic toy gun looked real. And Charles Hines never presented the case to a grand jury. But what he did is when he called the press conference closing the case, he went to various stores, got toy guns that looked real, and showed this to the public to justify the murder of Nicholas Haywood Jr. This is something that, these cover-ups is something that happens continuously. There is never an investigation on police killing innocent, unarmed victims. You need to know that. There is never an investigation whenever someone innocent is murdered by the police. And I'm telling you from my last 20 years of experience and being out here marching and protesting with these parents and family members. We must continue this fight. We must say that we are never going to take it anymore. We have a new phrase. All lives matter when Black lives matter. All lives matter when Black lives matter. All lives matter when Black lives matter. They need to understand that. Black lives are the ones that's being gunned down. Yes, we care about all lives, but right now we need to stop the murder of innocent black people that's being gunned down by the police nationwide. Thank you.
You heard some amazing words. This is what it is. So if you think of a revolution, you are in it, you are about it. Today you are not protesters, you are protectors of a legacy, right? So you're protecting legacies of stolen lives. So we are not protesting, we are here to prefigure new society, do something different, surveil and monitor our own communities, so there's cop watch in the building or in the outside sphere. There's a New York City Students for Justice in Palestine here, give it up for them. Solidarity. Occupied forces in Israel, that's really intense. We talk about police brutality being a pandemic. It's not just nationwide, it's worldwide.
Young performer over here to show you guys some stuff. She is a dancer and loves to help teens. And she is a writer and her name is Nzinga.
Pain, discrimination, not being helped, unprotected, trying to fight back, trying to protect yourself from the pain, not equal. What is police brutality? Making sure a mother has to be scared for her son, not sure if he will make it home. What is police brutality? Making sure if people don't do something, they will be taken over. We need to stand up, speak, protest, protest. We have to be the pro, because they are the ultimate test. We need to talk, yell, show the brutal police that we can fight. Tell them we are not afraid. We will build and rebuild. We will not make the mistakes. The mistakes that the generations before us made, letting the police reign in control for this long. We will work together to achieve the goal of freedom as a community. We need to make sure we are safe. The generations after us are safe. We cannot let them pull us down. We need to recharge ourselves. We need to get full power. Show the police that we will fight. Fight for our rights, for our freedom. We must work together and show them our strength, our full power.
Wait a minute. This is going to be our new October 22nd model right here. How old are you?
Please give it up one more time for Ngoma. Tell me what you gonna do. You heard the news, tell me what you gonna do. Well, you heard the news, tell me what you gonna do. Tell me what you gonna do. You know they came wearing gas masks with bars for restraining. You know they came carrying shotguns. They came
came with special training. Hello, cops dressed in blue. Told Eleanor Bumper so it was overdue. So your time is up, your sentence is set. This kind of thing we should never forget. Somebody's mother, yeah, somebody's child. Bumpers lived and breathed till the killer found them out. Yes, yes, please give it up one more time for Ngoma.
So this next speaker is the faith representative for the Stop Mass Incarceration Network, introducing Reverend Jerome McCory.
First of all, I'm glad you're here. There's no more of an important place today than where you are right now. The United Nations is housed and based in New York City. And this country has indicted other countries for the way they treat their own people. They call it crimes against humanity. Well, the people are standing and saying that the United Nations, other countries, now have an opportunity to indict the United States, who's killing its men and women of color. They're killing our boys and girls, whether they're holding their hands up and giving up, whether they're running away or whether they're fighting back. Now here's the news. Here's the news. Y'all gonna hear something different because I'm a different kind of preacher. If you gonna kill us, no matter what we do, then we gonna fight back. If you gonna kill us anyway, we might as well go down fighting. Did y'all hear that? Now, here's the favorite excuse of the police, and it's accepted in courts all over this country. I feared for my life. That's all they have to say. The victim doesn't have to have a gun. The victim can be a child sleeping on a grandmother's lap. But I feared for my life gets them off. Now, here's my response to I feared for my life. The next time I see the police come up on my porch, I'm going to fear for my life. I'm going to have a flashback, and I'm going to fight back. Because now is the time that we got to stop playing. We got to stop playing. I'm tired of speeches. I'm tired of simply gathering. If you ain't going to fight 7 days a week, do us a favor and get the hell out the way. It's fighting time. It is fighting time. And then finally, I come with a D double dog dare. In my day, we D double dog dare folk. Every black preacher in Brooklyn ought to be out here. Every black Negro chicken eating preacher, passing the offering plate 5 times every Sunday, ought to have his or her behind out here, standing in solidarity with these families. And shame on you for not being here. Every white church ought to be preaching a sermon on racism and hatred, denouncing this evil system. Now is the time. This is the day. Either put up or shut up. No justice. No justice. If we going down, let's go down fighting. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Reverend Jerome McCory, for that. Thank you so much. Everybody make some noise for him again, please, for sharing that energy with us today. This next speaker that we have coming up is on the National Steering Committee for Rise Up October and is also a Harlem activist and WBAI producer. Please introducing, make some noise for Miss Nellie Bailey.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. Fire and brimstone from the male counterpart of the female leaders, as we have been known throughout history. This is our fire and brimstone that we have heard this morning in Times Square, that we've heard today from Juanita Young and so many others. Don't play us short. We are poor, working class, black, brown women, but we have a strong voice because we sprang from the loins of Harriet Tubman. Those are our seeds in our blood. Harriet Tubman. So many others. I want to talk a little bit about what is going on around us. Surrounding us are more police officers than there are people in this park. Now we know that part of the game is overtime and money, and the politics is going after that spineless Bill de blah blah who claims to be our mayor, who won more votes, black votes, than those black people who voted for Dave Dinkins, the first black mayor of this city. More black people voted for Bill de blah blah than for Dave Dinkins. And the first thing he did, just like Obama, and if there are any Obamites out there, then you step to the side, because this is not invented reality. This is the real world.
Bringing up some wonderful, wonderful friends, comrades, family of mine, cultural organizers, revolutionaries. They traveled the world with their words, their power, their sound. Introducing to you all, we have them all here, which is a rare moment. We have the Peace Poets. Please give it up for the Peace Poets.
All right, all right.
You, when I say people, y'all say power, people, people. And when I say we are, y'all say beautiful, we are, we are. And when I say we are, y'all say together, we are, we are. We're gonna start this out with a song real quick, and I'm inviting y'all to sing along. Let's let our voices and our love be heard. Can't be silent, our love is not a riot. We've come to bring the justice that we've always deserved. The liberation of all black women leading the call. The change we making is about to be born. 'Cause I still hear my brother crying, I can't breathe. So now I'm in this struggle singing, I can't leave. We calling out the violence of these racist police. And we ain't gonna stop till our people are free. Say that last line. We ain't gonna stop till our people are free. 'Cause ain't nobody free till everybody free. Sing that now. Ain't nobody free till everybody free. Even louder. Ain't nobody free till everybody free. One more time. Ain't nobody free till everybody's free. And if you know that Black Lives Matter, people sing it with me. 'Cause I still hear my brother crying, I can't breathe. So now I'm in this struggle singing, I can't leave. We calling out the violence of these racist police. And we ain't gonna stop till our people are free. We're loud. We ain't gonna stop till our people are free. Make some noise for yourself. Thank you for singing with us.
So we're gonna acknowledge all the families that have come from the nation to maybe say a few words. Share your stories, share what you want to share with these beautiful people that are here.
Hi, my name is Dion Smith Down. I'm the mother of James Earl Rivera from Stockton, California, who was killed by 2 Stockton police in a shirt. They murdered my son unarmed. He was 16 years old. They shot at my son 48 times, 18 into his body. My son was unarmed. That was my son. I loved my son, and I miss my son. I'm a mother that's out here fighting, that needs y'all to get on board with us. Because in order for this system to change, we need your hand and we need your help. Because we can't shut it down without y'all. We need y'all to help us to shut it down. So once again, I say again, whose side are you on? Do you hear me? Whose side are you on? Because at the end of the day, someone you know will be killed by police. And I come down here to stand with y'all in New York City. I am from Stockton. But I'm letting you know I'm a fighting mother. I've been fighting 5 years. And I still have not received no justice, no police report, no dash cam, or why they murdered my son. And I'm letting you know, and I'm letting the world to know today, I ain't going nowhere. And I'm a mother with rage, and let you know we're going to shut it down. I say shut it down.
So right now we have a speaker. She was saying that she wanted to let the other families go first, but we're going to go ahead and let her come up. Her name is Andre Penix Smith, and she's the mother of Justin Smith, who was murdered in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1998. Please show some love to Andre Penix Smith, please.
Peace, everyone. I want to thank you, first of all, for coming out today. I mean, this warms my heart to see so many people here today. You know, it's not just people from Brooklyn, but this is the very first time we've held this march and rally in Brooklyn, and I think that's significant. Tomorrow is Sonny Carson Day in New York City. Yes, Bloomberg was forced to make Sonny Carson Day August 24th every year. And so I wanted to get that out first because, you know, Sonny, for those of you who don't know, Sonny was a major leader in the movement against police brutality in this country. And so I wanted to get that out. But I'm the mother, I'm Andre Penix Smith. I'm the mother of Justin Smith, who was murdered in Tulsa, Oklahoma, August 14th, 1998. Justin was on his way home on a country road outside Tulsa. He was not in the commission of a crime. He was unarmed. He was on his way home. His fiance had cooked a meal for him. He thought that he was going to have a peaceful evening. And his lights were malfunctioning. So the cops attempted to stop him. I can only guess what was in his mind, but I know I would never stop on a country road where there were no people or witnesses around. I would never stop for the police when there's no one there to see what happens. So he kept driving. And so they bumped his car, and they rammed his car, and they bumped his car several times. And so it ultimately turned into a high-speed chase. So Justin stopped the car when he got into town, and after the high-speed chase, he stopped the car, and when he got out, they chased him, they caught him, they handcuffed him, and they started beating him. And my child could not fight them back. He was already handcuffed. There was nothing he could do. The only thing he could do is when the cop hit him, he spit on him. That was the only defense he had. And so they beat him to death. They put him on the ground. They kicked his temple. They crushed his larynx. And there was no one there to help him. He was alone and by himself. And so they tried to say that he died of an asthma attack.
but that didn't account for the bruises on his body. They beat my child to death. They beat him while he was handcuffed and defenseless. And there were 5 of him that beat him. Those cowardly bastards killed my son. Oh yeah, they murdered my son. That's right, that's right. And you know, and some people ask me, they said, well, why didn't you file a suit against them? I had another plan for them that I can't discuss now, but you know, God had another plan. They're very lucky, that's all I can say. Because, and those bastards are still walking around in the streets. One of them has started a company making millions of dollars in security. I can't even, so I decided not to file, not to sue them in court, because in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the only thing that was going to happen is that I would end up on death row. And so I came to New York, and I got involved with 022, and I said, you know what? I'm going to work with other families to make sure that those murderous bastards, that they won't continue to get away with this. And they think they've gotten away with killing my child. But I promise you, before I leave this earth, those bastards are going to pay. They might not pay in court, but they're going to pay for what they did to my son. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I forgot to mention about Mothers Cry for Justice. Juanita, Nicholas, and I have co-founded an organization called Mothers Cry for Justice, and we are going to seek justice by any means necessary for the mothers and fathers and families in this country. So we want to work, we will work with anybody. We will travel as far as we have to go to help families get their justice. I just want to introduce my daughter. Come here, Johnsy. This is my baby, and she's my daughter, and she is the daughter of Sonny Carson, and the sister of Lumumba Carson. My stepson Lumumba could not be here. Some of you may have remembered him as Professor X of X-Clan, but he was a warrior too. So we're a family of warriors. Do you want to say anything?
And to visit and join and maybe be a part of Mothers Cry for Justice is facebook.com/Mothers Cry 4 Justice. Thank you.
My name is Art Blakey. This is my sister, Kiana Nicole Blakey. She was murdered on August 19th, 1989. 25 years ago, she was destined to go to Ohio State University on a full scholarship. She stood up for women's rights. She was a full human being. And the cops said on one day that we got a phone call and said that she committed suicide on that day. We could not believe, no way. She was so excited to go to school. She was ready to go. She was going to go that next week. And then after a month of going through the red tape, the bullshit from the Cleveland Police Department, we found out after another autopsy report that she was murdered with 2 bullets in the back of the head and was laying dead in the hallway of her apartment building. Now, those apartment buildings today are gone. But I'm here as her brother, still standing up 25 years later, standing in her name and with her spirit, as with the rest of the family that have lost loved ones to the murdering cops in Cleveland, Ohio. They are a Nazi regime in Cleveland. In '92, it was the murder of Michael Pipkins, choked to death just like Eric Gardner in 1992. The very same cop that killed Michael Pipkins killed Leonardo Jones just 2 years ago in Cleveland and was shot down in front of his house and he was going to do harm to himself. He was more a danger to himself than he was to anybody else, but they just shut him down to the ground. Then we have the murder of Timothy Russell and Melissa Williams, 137 shots. There was no justification for it. Then we have Tanisha Anderson, who was murdered a week before Tamir Rice. On the first visual that Tanisha Anderson had was the very day Tamir Rice was killed. 12-year-old boy shot down in less than 1.5 seconds by the Cleveland police. And as of next month, it will be a year, November 22nd, where in Cleveland we will be standing up and going out in all of Ohio to say that this was unjustified. And we don't care about what some expert from somewhere else says that this was justifiable. There was no justification in the murder of a 12-year-old boy. Not at all. He had a toy gun. And so with many of the things all around this country, they have lost their loved ones to the scourge of police murder and police brutality. All around this nation, we stand here today on the 22nd of October and on this weekend and beyond to say no more to police brutality, no more to this murdering of our children and others around this nation and all around this country and all around the world. Also to people that are incarcerated in prisons. We say no more to all of it. No more. So to these cowards that are standing out here in that wall of blue, standing around, in their defense, when one of them are shot, then all of a sudden there's war on the police. There is no war on police. They made a war against the people. And we the people are standing together to say, no more to your bullshit. We are standing together right here, right now. And after this is over, we still will be standing to say no more. And we will continue on this fight until there is no more. Thank you.
It's time to legalize it. Too much criminalizing, though it ain't surprising. Cops on the horizon, hearing everything you say. They bugging your Verizon. Gotta come correct, yup. Can't be looking sloppy. Can't be acting rowdy. If they stop, you can't be pouty. Can't run, can't be outy. Come if you doubt me. If you thinking like Marley, you'll get got like Ramarley. Any justice? Hardly. That's just for the Barbies and the Kens, 1% acting hardy in the Audi while they sing la-di-da-di. Vacation with the Saudis at a party. Papa Molly in a building built by Gotti, and the gold looks so gaudy, and they call that acting godly. I guess it's the human sacrifice for the party. So are you gonna charge me? Then release me. You ain't bought me. Yeah, you might have caught me, but my great-grandma taught me. If love is in my heart, can't nobody stop me. Who shut shit down? I said, who shut shit down? Cause we fired up. So we fired up. But what am I supposed to do when just seeing police makes me emotional? I'm talking about the anger building when the cops post up outside your building like they waiting for action. Something appealing, one in the chamber and no feelings. No connection to the blocks they beat, so don't ask why we don't respect cops we see. Think about the cover-ups and dealings. Think about the entrepreneurs and the beatings, cause we can't chill up in the nice sedan when the police just locked up the icy man. It's almost all good in my hood, till the cops get shook and try to get you for good. Put you up against the car, put your face on the hood. You try to run away, they putting two through your hood. Two through your wrists, two through your kicks. They put the passion of our youth on a crucifix. But now, how about we supposed to be when the victims all look like you and me? What happened to serve and protect? Somebody's gotta pay, cause it's not over yet. Yo,
Ya basta, la policía sola mata y maltrata a la gente que no tiene plata. Ya viste, justicia no existe. 50 balazos y salen libre. Pues dime, ¿en quién tú confías cuando el peligro más grande es la policía? Y andar por la calle es un gran delito. Peor todavía si tú eres negrito. Nueva York está jodido como todo lado. Policía racista y desgraciado. I think NYC's finest need to be reminded. People in New York will not be kept silent. We only one shot from popping off a riot. Don't try it, you're gonna see what happens. This ain't over yet, now we ready for action. This ain't over yet, now we ready for action.
What is the price of life and who pays the cost? When 50 odd shots trying to raise a corpse. When the body laid out with somebody to someone. A son, father, brother, or a lover to someone. A man in his prime of the dream to become one. A land where the time doesn't seem to give them some. We move from the matters and then back to the humdrum. While cops get away, then get paid in a lump sum. We move in indifference, the mood is indifferent. Cops say move and we move in an instance. Move in assistance of crime in our midst, man. I'm tired of the lies that be fueling their pistons. So we ride for the pride of the people's community. Cause whose streets? Whose streets? Whose streets? Whose streets? We keeping that unity. And even though what they do might be nothing new to us, it's realizing that what they do to them is exactly what they do to us. So who shut shit down? Who shut shit down? We fired up. We fired up. Thank y'all.